We're hanging out with Mike Thomas, and we're talking a little bit about love, acceptance, and forgiveness as we've been with other people. And Mike, what I'd like to do is have you talk a little bit about how how love, acceptance, and forgiveness has impacted you in the way that the body of Christ has expressed that.
I mean, I can think of a few things. When I first was introduced to Christianity, that it was one of the verses that really stuck out in my mind, that God kind of spoke to me, was the verse in Hebrews that I will never leave you nor forsake you. And that idea really resonated with me, of having this safe place with God where I could, no matter what, God was always going to be there. So I think just that acceptance, and there were people in the church that showed me that, and through the years have been that in my life, have been that acceptance, that love. With forgiveness, I think that I can think of a few different times where, very specifically, where I have made mistakes, said something that was foolish, or I hurt someone's feelings, or something, and was shown forgiveness. And it's one of the things that God also very early on kind of worked in my life, was just that idea of you need to forgive others if you want to be forgiven. And so dealing with that, and dealing with areas where I felt maybe I had been wronged, I think that God allowed me to grow in that area. And so then, both in giving and receiving forgiveness has been, I've seen it a number of times in the last few years as I've been to Harvest.
So who's in your love, acceptance, and forgiveness Hall of Fame?
Like that has towards me?
Yeah, just that you have seen that modeled and impacted, like in your whole Christian life. It doesn't necessarily have to be, just in our church community.
There is a couple that I know that, I guess the best way to say is that when I'm around, that it feels like home, like being around them, and I feel totally and completely at ease and just accepted and loved for me.
That's a really good thing in general about just love, acceptance, and forgiveness, is that when we receive that, we're just home wherever we're at. Awesome. Thanks, Mike.